What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a V6 2016, I believe, Mustang. It's got the 3.7 in it. I think that's what it is. I'm not quite sure. Yep, 3.7. I can't remember what year they went to 3.6s and 3.7s. I don't really keep up with my Mustangs too much. Other than I like the 5 liters and V8s and stuff like that. I kind of keep up with that. But like I was saying, we're going to be doing some stuff to this. We're doing spark plugs and oil change on this video. We got to change the struts, and I'll probably film that on the next one. And then we're going to be doing an AC job, so I'm doing compressor, condenser, expansion valve, and doing a recharge on it. It is summertime, so we're going to be doing a lot of that stuff. Then there is a noise coming from the front passenger side area over here, and every time you hit the brakes you can hear the brakes grab and then they will clunk, but I can shake the tire and it does the same thing. Let me see if I can get this on video. I'll do it in the next video too, but I ain't gonna do it now. I have to jack it up and see what's going on. It's making a horrible noise. I mean, you can like feel the car move as you hit your brakes, and when you release them it just pops real loud and makes a loud clunking noise. But that's in the next video, not this one. What we're doing is spark plugs and oil change on this one, like I said. And to do this, you will have to remove the upper intake right here. Not that big of a deal, but you do have some hoses and stuff you got to remove. Like you'll have to move this line, that line, the air box, the elbow, this line right here. You'll take this one off. You got line right here, Christmas tree fitting line, connector over there. Then I think you got to pull this up so you can access, I think, the back bolt, and then you just take the bolts off, and I think the upper intake piece will come off on these. I might have a couple other little connectors and stuff, but short of that, shouldn't be too bad of a job. But I've already taken the bolts out on the driver's side. Driver's side is the easy side. You'll have these little safety clips you have to pull up. Then you press down and up. The bolts that hold the coils in, those are 8 millimeters. And there you go. There's how you do it. But wiggle it a little bit if they get stuck. Now, they can get suction on them, especially if they don't have any dielectric grease on them, or the grease is already dried up. Well, I'll need a screwdriver for that one probably, because that one's in there really good. So like I said, I'm just going to pry this one up, and then we'll get in there and see what size of spark plugs are. I'm thinking these are the 9/16 plugs that Ford uses. Haven't looked at the new ones yet, but pretty sure these are like the 9/16 heads. Let me get that one out, and I'll let y'all know what size the plugs are, and we'll yank one of them out. So get the coil out, and they are 5/8 plugs. I could not remember if they were the 9/16 or not. I've already loosened all of them up. I got the back two out. There we go. That zoom in, focus. That's our plugs. And these should be the factory plugs, or Motorcraft Platinums. And when I looked up service data, it does recommend changing these at 100,000 miles. So he's got like 107 on here. So we're changing those, and I got them right here. They did not have the Motorcraft in stock. I know. People, you should put Motorcraft, whatever. But we're going NGKs. They are a comparable plug in my opinion. But go with whatever you can afford and whatever brand you would like. I will give y'all part numbers to these. Focus. LTR6IX-116509 is another number. Like I said, y'all go with what you would like. I'll put a link up to these plugs in my description. If y'all want to use these plugs, you can do it. I'll put a link to Motorcraft as well. But I just couldn't. I needed the plugs now, and that's what we got. So let me put these in, and I'll go get y'all torque spec. I know nobody is more than likely going to do a torque on your spark plugs, and I'll be honest, personally, I normally don't as well. I just go till they bottom out, and then I normally go about another half turn, and that's pretty much it. And I've said this time and time before on my channel. I've had people ask me about it. According to NGK, they don't want you to put any kind of anti-seize or anything on their threads of their spark plugs. Don't know why. I don't know if it's just the way they design it or what, but that's just what the website I've read in the past, so that's what I've always stuck with. Anything else, Motorcraft, AC Delco, auto lights, you know, the E3s, whatever, I've always put thread locker, not thread locker. God, don't put thread locker on your spark plugs, people. You'll hate yourself for that. It'll probably heat up enough to pull them out, but still, if it's cold, yeah, it's going to seize up. But anti-seize, I've always put it on all my other plugs, but on these right here, I've never done it on NGK just because that's what I've read, and in a couple training seminar stuff on cars, I was told that as well. So don't know if the policy has changed now, because that was 15-20 years ago when I took these classes and stuff, but that's just what I still stick to. Looked up the torque spec on the spark plugs. It says like 18 foot-pounds is what I saw. I got some dielectric grease in the tip of the ignition coils, and the little bolts that hold these down, they're like 89 inch-pounds. And I'm blocking y'all. I gotta switch hands. I'm filming on my phone today. I left my camera at home. I actually got two cameras now, and I gotta get a new lens because I filmed something the other day and I didn't like it, so it ain't gonna go up. It was a brake job on a Toyota Prius. It's just way too close, and I need to get me a better lens to zoom out with. I need to get me like a 7mm, and the only thing I had was a 25, so that zoomed in really close, and I had to get right up on it. If y'all want to see that video, I'll edit it, but I don't think I will. And I'm not torquing these with a torque wrench. I'm just going to put them on and tighten them down on that. They're hold down bolts. Don't go crazy. It's just a little insert into a plastic valve cover. Don't go crazy and strip them out. Fold this up. Throw these in the trash. And now we can get to taking this intake off. Like I said, I'm going to pull the air box off. A lot of times you just push this little tab down and it should slide off. And this tab, push it in and over. It'll hold itself like that. Just pull back, and then you can just fold it back down. Sometimes these right here, you can pull them. Yeah, see how it just comes off. No big deal. And then this one is just like the one right here. Same little style, just that one's on the bottom. Then we have a connector right here. Oops, sorry, I didn't show y'all. There's a connector right there. I think that's your map sensor, and the little white tab, it pulls back and then you press down on it. Now we got to get all these wires like off of here. You got to get it right there. That Christmas tree fitting, one right there. We already took that off, and now I got to take this big blue one off. Remember, this one pulls out. So that one just pulls out. I used my pick, got in there and it's pried out. Now we should be able to pull that back. It should be about everything now, and other than taking the breather elbow off and the box, and then just disconnecting these wires. Once I disconnect all the wires, get the breather box off, I'll come back and show you where the bolts are that you're gonna have to take off that holds the intake actually on. But you're gonna have a worm gear clamp right here, and then you just have your little push tabs. I think that's the only two. Yeah. So do that, and then we start pulling this intake off. Let me get all these wires disconnected. Got the air intake tube off. I went ahead and took all the bolts loose just so I didn't bore y'all with that. I forgot you got to take the throttle body connector off too. That was the only thing that I forgot to tell y'all. But to take this off, you're going to have a bolt right here. It's like a bracket that holds it. I took that one out and loosened the bottom one. Then you're going to have 3 on the upper portion. 1, 2, and then 3 right there. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And once you do that, it should come right up. I've already like pried it up a little bit, and I'm trying to see if I can show y'all me pulling this thing out. And there we go. That's your intake. Let me set it up here on my transmission jack. The gasket stayed on there. It's still pretty good. It's real pliable. Most of the time you should be able to reuse those if you haven't taken it off 100 times, you know. But that one right there feels good. There's no hard spots in it. I'm gonna double check it real quick. Like, see, yeah, geez. Normally they get like brittle right here in the middle that I've seen on these engines, on the Mustang V6s. But these right here feels really good. So I'll clean that up, and then we'll put it back on the intake, and we'll just reuse it. Now we can get to the other side, and it's pretty much just rinse and repeat on this. It's up, 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 press and pull, press and pull, and press and pull. You should hear like a little click and they'll come out. And then we'll just do the same thing. Pull these 3 bolts out, pull the coils out, pull the spark plugs out, put them back in. Simple as that. All right, let me go ahead and change these right here, get these back in, and then we'll get the intake set back down on there, and I'll kind of go over what the torque specs are for the intake, because you really want to torque intakes down correctly and in the right orientation, because if you don't, these plastic intakes and valve cover stuff right here, they are really easy to crack, and if you over torque them or get a bolt kind of wonky and it pulls it in the wrong direction while one of them's already tight, you can crack them. And none of this stuff is cheap, people. So I'll put like a picture of what the orientation and stuff is if I can find one. So I got the intake on. I don't have it torqued down yet, but I'm going to show you the orientation that you go. So according to service data, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is about right there, and 7 is right there. So I'll put up a picture of it now somewhere around here, but it torques to 89 inch-pounds, then an additional 45 degrees on the intake bolts. And then the front bolts right here, those torque to a different spec. I had to look up to see what those are as well, but whenever I get the intake torqued on and get this, pretty much when I get everything back on, I'll come back in, close, excuse me, sorry I got the hiccups, but I'm going to come in and close out the video and give you the torque spec on those as well, and then we'll do like a startup just to make sure everything's good to go. And then after we do that, I'm going to change the oil, but oil's pretty simple. Figured to tell y'all, oil filter's right down here, right here by the drive belt. And then you just lift it up, drain your oil, and fill it up with, and this recommends 520. But just fill it up with your favorite 520 oil, and I think it's around 5.5, 6 quarts, something like that. And I gotta check that just to make sure. I know they gave me 6 quarts when I ordered, because I told them to look up the amount, and they told me they'd just send over the right amount. But so I'm guessing 5.5, 6 is what it calls for. But just do that. But let me throw this stuff back on. When I get through, I'll come back and let y'all know that torque spec. So we got it running now. I don't know if you can hear, but fired up great. Did the oil change and about to pulling out. Thought it had 107. Let me turn this fan speed down because I was testing the AC on it. But it's got 117. 117, 545. It's got low tire pressure on it. I got to put some air in it, but found out what the noise was. It was coming from the front. His lower control arms, both of them are shot. Especially, see if y'all can hear this. Can't hear it now, but it's clunking real good. You can't hear it on video, I bet. But we're just backing it out. Control arms won't be in for a few days anyway, so we're just going to park it to the side. This is going to conclude this video though, because we got the spark plugs and the oil change done, and I'll wait till I get control arms to do the struts, because I'm already being there. No need to go and take it all back apart twice. But let me put this in park, make sure. Alright, so I'm gonna close out the video here. If you got any questions, comments, concerns? Oh, that front bolt torques to 89 inch-pounds when it goes to the little brace on the intake manifold. So I want to give y'all that torque spec. But if y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. I don't know where my subscriber count is at this point. Should be at 5,000 by the time this video comes out, because I got like 5 videos ahead of this one. But if I don't, we're going to be doing a giveaway. If it does come out before this one, I'll post up a link to it, because I'm going to wait probably till the end of July to give people time to do it. So the video may be out in that time span, and it give people time to comment on the video and all the stuff for the giveaway. But I'll put a link down to it in the description below just in case. But just want to say thank you to all my members, subscribers, Patreons, all that good stuff. People who support us. It does help the channel grow. And if y'all got anything y'all need, hit me up on Instagram. Not just something pertaining to a Mustang or a Ford or anything, any car. Got any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'll try my best to answer it as best I can. But as always, torque this tight, and y'all have a great day.